I'm currently carrying 20 kilograms of supplies up a mountain. It may look tough, but the hardest part of the trail is still in front of me. I will have to hold to iron chains while making absolutely no mistake, because every wrong step there may result in a tragedy. Now you might be wondering, why am I doing this?
But let's start from the beginning. Slovakia is the last place in all of Europe where a tradition that feels almost impossible still lives. Unlike in the Alps, where mountain huts are supplied by helicopters or cable cars, here everything is carried by tough men. These men, called nosiči, can carry up to 120 kilograms on their backs, climbing hundreds of meters to deliver food, water, and fuel to huts tucked high into the mountains. And today, I will be joining them.
This is what separates the nosich from a normal hiker. It's not the trail, it's not the distance, it's the weight on their backs.
20 kilos of supplies balanced on a wooden frame. Today, this is my job.
This is how the frame looks like. It's just wood, absolutely no padding, and the straps are made out of old firefighters' hoses. It's that simple, but it gets the job done.
This wooden frame can withstand incredible weight. The record being over 200 kilograms is something incredible. It's the same design that has been used for generations here in the Tatras.
The start of the trail is relatively easy. The trail is not so steep, so it's perfect place to get used to the weight. My back and shoulders are taking a hit, and the weight definitely puts me off balance. But at least these amazing views are making up for it.
And the crazy thing is that a tradition like this doesn't exist anywhere else in Europe. The only other place where men carry loads like this every day is the Himalayas. Here the tradition dates back more than a century, to a time before cable cars and before the Tatras were even mapped properly. Back then, everything the mountain huts needed, firewood, food, even beer, had to be carried up by hand. What began as a necessity slowly became a heritage.
This is where the things get serious. The trail steepens up into a series of switchbacks, and for the next couple of hundred vertical meters, I will be literally fighting for every single of my steps.
This is the second stage of the climb. Long, punishing zigzags that eat away at your energy and patience. With over 20 kilos pressing me down, every step feels twice as heavy. But for nosiči this isn't unusual. They can carry 3 or even 5 times what I have on my back. And they do it multiple times a week.
I'm sitting on a stand. These are resting places specially designed for the Sherpas, because when you're carrying 50 or even 100 kilos, you just simply cannot put the load back onto the ground. So they built these small resting areas where they can take the weight out of their backs, at least for a few minutes.
Stands are small miracles scattered along the trail like milestones, each one a tiny victory. Imagine climbing 700 vertical meters with the weight of another person on your back, and never being able to set it down. These aren't just places to rest. They are the difference between making it to the hut or not making it at all.
The trail finally leveled out and rewarded me with this amazing scenery of mountain glacier lakes.
They are as clear as the water can get, glittering in the sunlight with these incredible blue and green colors.
Right in front of me is the hardest part. Only metal chains, iron footholds, and bare rock to hold on. Normally it will be exciting, but with around 25 kilograms on my back, I need to be very careful. This terrain is really a no joke, so one missed step could end up pretty badly.
It pulled me backwards when I needed balance. It threw me off center when I grabbed the chains. The load changed everything. Every step was calculated, each breath measured. A single wrong move could mean the end, not just for me or the porters, but for the precious cargo that feeds and warms the people above.
I can really feel the weight on my back. It's not like you're walking alone, it's like you're carrying someone with you.
In good weather it's tough but doable, but when the rain turns the rocks to ice, it becomes something else entirely. dangerous and unforgiving. And yet the porters need to keep going, because the hut depends on them.
I've crossed it very slowly with absolute focus, calculating every steps, but these views are the best reward you can get.
At this point I could feel every muscle burning. Arms, legs and even my back screamed under the load.
Now it's like only 150 vertical meters left to go, and then I will be finally free out of this burden.
I couldn't help but admire the real porters and what they are capable of doing day after day. As I got closer, the pain slowly faded into the background. I knew I'd made it, and those final steps felt like pure victory.
And after 750 vertical meters, my job is finally done. Whew.
A hot tea is a gratitude for everyone who helps the hut by bringing supplies. And here, they know how to praise the guests.
The tea never tasted this good. I don't know if it's the altitude or the effort, but it's simply different.
Every crate of supplies, every drop of water, every piece of fuel that reaches this hut comes on the backs of the porters. They are the lifeline that keeps this place alive, and have been for almost 100 years. Their work isn't for fame or for fortune. It's for a connection with the mountains that few will ever feel. In a world that's constantly looking for easier ways, they've chosen the hardest one.
At 2,250 meters, the Rysy hut is the highest standing hut in all of the Tatra Mountains. It was built in 1933, and since then it was hit by multiple avalanches. The last big one being in the 2000, when the hut was almost completely destroyed. It's built in an unfortunate location, because it's in a direct avalanche route from the nearby heavy peak over there. After the owners got tired of rebuilding the hut every couple of years, they came up with a brilliant idea. The back part of the hut is built in a ramp shape, so when an avalanche happens, it jumps over the whole hut, not hitting it directly.
And as it turned out, the idea really worked. In 2019, a massive avalanche swept down from the slopes above. But only thanks to the ramp-shaped roof, the hut survived. A small trick that saved the highest hut in the Tatras from destruction, once again.
As they have no access to running water here, they had to build these dry toilets. And it might just be the toilet with the best view in the whole Slovakia. Now I feel as light as a feather. And since they poured some jet fuel in my tea, and I'm not carrying the 20 kilos anymore, it would be shame to miss the highest peak of the Poland that sits just 250 vertical meters above me.
Without the weight, every step feels lighter and every breath easier. As I reach the mountain pass, the view opens up. The horizon lined with the highest peaks the Tatras have to offer. Gerlachovský štít, Lomnický štít and Vysoká, a mountain I had the chance to ski a few years ago. Looking at all these peaks I have already stood on fills me with memories and gratitude. How lucky I am to be able to climb these mountains and to return here whenever I want.
Standing at 2,500 meters, Rysy Peak is the border peak between Slovakia and Poland. It's also the highest mountain in the whole Poland, making it a pretty popular choice for the tourists.
Slovakia on one side, Poland on the other. No borders, no differences. Just people sharing the same view. Up here we are all equal. We came for the same reason, to feel small among something so big.
I really hope you enjoyed this video as much as I did this hike, and thank you for watching.